144 miles per hour. That is the very first number in this report, before anything even happens. An orange KTM comes flying at a trooper on Highway 70, doing 144 in a 60, and instead of slowing down when the lights come on, the rider U-turns and pops a wheelie at 100 as he passes the patrol car. That is not fleeing, that is showing off. Let's see how it works out for him. The trooper clocks the bike, flips around, lights on. The rider's response is a U-turn near Cloud 9 and a one-wheel salute at triple digits, right past the trooper's window. On a sport bike against a patrol car, he thinks this is already over. The radio disagrees. Now he is weaving through traffic 88 over the limit, and the report uses the phrase complete indifference to human life. CPL Sheldon joins in, and the pursuit runs east on Highway 70, averaging 125 to 145 miles per hour. Every car he splits past is somebody's family who never agreed to be part of his highlight reel. He hits Interstate 30, and CPL Sheldon briefly loses him. On a bike that fast, that should be the escape. Except Troop A picks him right back up on the service road doing 125. You can lose one patrol car. You cannot lose all of them. And here is where the wheelie energy runs out. He turns onto Mablevale Pike, meets a traffic circle. And a traffic circle does not care what your bike can do. He loses control, clips a silver car on the front fender, and lays the KTM down.
Hey, you may want to get on, be around 30 westbound, or Vimy Ridge or something.
He just wrecked out at the roundabout at Mablevale.
Super copy.
Hands up, man! Hands up! Hands up! Oh, shit. Hey, hold on, back up. Hey, on your feet! Back up, dumbass! On your feet, face away from us! Back up, come on, back up to us! Back up, come to my side, Shoemate, circle around. Left, walk left. Get on your face again, dummy. Get on your face again. Get on your face. Oh, okay. I fucking told you to get on your face, buddy. Hey, we're good. Speeding ticket to the felony, bro. Yeah, well.
He is taken into custody and refuses to say who he is. EMS checks him out, no injuries, which honestly is lottery odds after 144 on two wheels. Then the paperwork comes in, no insurance, unregistered bike, and no motorcycle endorsement. The wheelie was the most qualified thing he did all day.
Like still grandma, you don't give a fuck.
When this pursuit finally ends, the trooper asks the rider why he ran, and the answer might be the best one ever written in a police report. His motorcycle would not stop. The brakes worked fine for the arrest, but for 15 miles of interstate, apparently the throttle was in charge. Let's watch the unstoppable motorcycle in action. New Year's Day on I-85 in Georgia. A Georgia State Trooper's radar catches a black motorcycle doing 87 in a 70, rider in an orange shirt. Lights on, and instead of pulling over, the rider speeds up, improper lane change, and starts passing traffic in the emergency lane. That is not a man with brake problems. That is a man with a decision made. And here is a strange detail from the report. As the trooper closes in, the rider keeps waving his left hand while running. Waving, like the pursuit is a parade, and he is the main float. Whatever that gesture meant, the trooper calls it in, and this is now an official pursuit.
I was shortly coming up to the 13, still northbound. Still in and out of traffic, Several improper lane changes,
Mile after mile it gets worse. Emergency lane, back to the left lane, splitting two cars at speed near mile marker 13. Then the moment that changes everything, he nearly rear-ends an innocent driver who is just changing lanes. The trooper says it plainly in his report, this needs to end before somebody gets hurt. And he means now.
Passing the 15, not a real bad unit.
So the trooper runs a channelization technique, using his patrol car to force the bike off the pavement and into the grassy median. No contact needed, just position and pressure. The rider slows way down in the grass, and suddenly the motorcycle that would not stop is stopping just fine.
Get out the bike! Get out the bike! Give me a second, I couldn't get it to stop! Get out the bike! Get off 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 the bike! Lay down on the ground! Lay down on the ground! Lay down on the ground! Give me your hands! Give me your damn hands!
I promise you, can't wheel Tatum. I promise you, can't wheel. I promise you that motherfucker would not stop. I would not do that. I promise you, I swear to God. I was hitting, you could not see me hit my brakes.
The trooper is out with his duty weapon drawn, loud commands, off the bike, on the ground. Then he holsters, pulls the rider off the motorcycle himself, and puts him in double-locked cuffs. Miranda read at the front of the patrol car. And then, the famous question, why did you run? And the famous answer, the bike would not stop.
Please call Will.
Listen to me, man. You'll get a place on the rest today, okay? Okay. You're free,
call Will.
Okay? I'll call Will a little bit later on. I'm going to remove your hat, okay?
Yeah. I promise you my brakes will burn up.
Okay.
I just got that bike. Smell them, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And I swear to God.
Yes, sir.
I know Will, Bill, everybody.
Oh, yeah?
I wouldn't do it. Gerald Barney, I would not do that.
Had anything to drink today?
No, sir.
I'm gonna read something to you real quick, okay? Take a seat. Take a seat.
I was wide open from day one.
You passed me again.
I could not stop.
You went into the mercy lane and started passing cars.
I know it, because I could not stop. I promise you. Look, I promise you. Look, I just got that bike 3 months ago.
You didn't have anything to drink today?
No, sir.
Anything to smoke? Okay, I'm just asking that just a random question to ask, okay?
He was searched, transported by Trooper Ward to the county jail, and picked up a stack of charges for the ride. Here is the problem with the brakes excuse. Everything on that dash cam contradicts it. Riders with mechanical failures do not pass traffic in the emergency lane, split cars at speed, and wave at the trooper behind them. The camera was recording the whole time, and it does not testify in your favor. He started with an 87 and a 70, a ticket, and a lecture. He ended in handcuffs in a median, out-argued by his own motorcycle. This rider gets asked the most honest question in police work: why did you run? And he gives the most honest answer you will ever hear. He ran because he was going too fast when he passed the trooper, and because he had no license. That is it. No warrants, no master plan. He panicked at 131 miles per hour, and everything after that just made it worse, including what was in his pocket.
Turning right on Raglan, right on Raglan.
Yeah, I'll be right on Raglan with their status right now.
Turning right on Greenville.
And watch how the trooper plays it. No sight of the bike at the intersection, so he does the math. Too soon for a left. Straightaway is empty, he must have gone right. Turn after turn, he keeps picking correctly, catching glimpses of the bike at distance.
Going into the camper spot. 1080. 1080.
The bike ducks into a camper dealership, swings behind a camper to U-turn, and the trooper slides his patrol car over to cut off the exit. The rider drives right at the patrol car, squeezes around it, and escapes back onto the street. Bold move. Also his last one.
Ground.
Because at the very next stop sign, he blows through it and clips a passing car, dropping the bike on GA 109. And he still is not done. He is standing the motorcycle back up to run again when CPL Turner arrives and gives the bike a slow speed tap to the rear. Rider loses balance, tips over, pursuit finished. Not with a bang, with a nudge.
You got any gun on you?
It's in my pocket.
Just hold back.
It's got a special clip on it.
Sit up for
Hey,
me.
baby, I'm a doctor. Are you okay? Okay.
Now comes the search, and this is where the honest answer falls apart. In his pocket, a handgun. Dispatch runs it, and it comes back stolen out of Alabama. So the guy who ran over a speeding ticket and a missing license was also carrying a stolen firearm the entire time. EMS checks him, he is fine, and it is off to the county jail.
And inside this white jacket? Yep, right there in that pocket with the rag on it, buddy. Yep, that's my chef knife.
The chef knife. You cook. Where at?
I cook at Fat Daddy's in Beacon. Need a bag?
Probably.
I shouldn't have anything else.
I just gotta get everything out of here.
Do you mind if I get a cigarette from you?
Look at the sequence here. Speeding was a ticket, no license was a misdemeanor. But running turned it into a pursuit, the pursuit turned into a crash with an innocent driver, and the search that follows any arrest found the stolen gun. That is the part people never think about. Once you flee, a search is coming no matter how it ends. And everything you are carrying comes with you to jail. He told the trooper exactly why he ran. The gun in his pocket told the rest. A green Suzuki doing 85 and a 55 on Highway 165, and Trooper Weatherly is going the opposite direction when he clocks it. He flips around, lights on, and the bike does not even pretend to stop. It just opens the throttle. What follows is a rider trying to outrun a radio, and it costs him more than a ticket ever would. is stacking highway swaps trying to shake the pursuit, riding it like the interstate system is a maze with an exit. It does not have one. On Jones Street, the curve comes in faster than his speed allows. The bike goes down on its left side into the tree line, and the rider comes off, sliding across to the shoulder and into a briar patch.
10-16, 10-16.
Copy 10-16.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up!
Medics transported him to the hospital, and once he was treated, the charges were waiting, fleeing, speeding, reckless driving, plus everything the paperwork check turned up.